My fellow Zelda fans and gamers, welcome to this Zelda Tears of the Kingdom debate at Commonwealth Realm. Today we will hear the 45th and 46th presidents duke it out on no Zelda at PAX East. So be sure to like and subscribe.
America first. Also, who selected you as host?
The non-ex-president of the United States of America. And you know what? I will just leave you to do your thing.
Sleepy Joe?
I have had finer introductions, but thank you, and let me just say that this is typical Nintendo.
Low-energy Nintendo, just like low-energy Joe.
That is rich coming from the one-term president who lost the popular vote twice.
The election was stolen from me, just like Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom was stolen from us at PAX East 2023. Joe, do you have any idea how much people have invested to get to and stay in Boston for that week?
Oh, come on, Donald. Nintendo never stated that they would bring Zelda to Boston and PAX East. It was only expectations based on what they did with Animal Crossing at PAX East in 2020 and Splatoon 3 at PAX West last September.
Expectations, which were based on all prior 3D Zelda games, including Breath of the Wild in 2016 and 2017, being playable at Nintendo booths prior to the release starting my presidency. Played by fake news press or the greater public. Having a booth at PAX and not marketing your biggest game to a live audience who will spread the word is a stupid idea, and all the big Zelda YouTubers agree on this.
Probably the only thing they agree with you on, but that is beside the point. Nintendo is sending a signal that they want the promotion of Tears of the Kingdom to be digital, and so far they are doing fine with that strategy.
Doing fine? We Zelda fans barely know what this game is, while others think it is just an expansion to Breath of the Wild. It is disgusting both inside and out, just like this country under your leadership with rising inflation and economic turmoil all around. Tears of the Kingdom is $70, not $60 because of you.
The bigger size of the game requires a bigger, more expensive cartridge that is the reason as to why the game is $70. With that said, it is Nintendo's complete right to keep the in-game surprise intact. The Zelda team was uncomfortable with how much of Breath of the Wild they were forced to show between 2014 and 2017, so this time they want to keep things more under wraps. I can understand the frustration of the fans, but do you really need to see more? Or to put it in other words, why ruin the story and gameplay surprise?
Because we need to be hyped, and everyone needs to know how great and different this game is from you. Right now, they have not shown anywhere near enough to turn around the silent majority on the fence. As a successful businessman, I can guarantee you that this is not the way you promote a product. You need to spice it up with more than just at most 2-minute trailers that look just like Breath of the Wild, with more sky gold, which is nice, and some Zonai green. You need to make people want what you sell, just as you would know if you read my bestseller book, The Art of the Deal.
The art of going bankrupt several times and treating everyone around like NPCs. Tears of the Kingdom will sell, and Nintendo knows it. This is the sequel to Breath of the Wild, the same great world with a massive vertical sky world added to it and with underground sections. They don't need a physical presence in these last weeks, as the game will fly off shelves faster than we dealt with your supporters' little coup back in 2021.
Wrong. Breath of the Wild sold because it was a heavily marketed brand new experiment on a brand new system, just like my NFT collection with your favorite president of all time on them. Better than Lincoln, better than Washington.
You mean the most delusional, just like some fans who think Nintendo is their best friend. The truth is that they, much like the jackass over here to his supporters, only care about the money and power their fan bases secure.
Yeah, right, Sleepy Joe. They are just jealous that Zelda sells the best in the West, and especially in America, not Japan. That is why I am saying it should have been America first, as always, with new Zelda demos and gameplay. You need to promote to the market you want to sell, and with falling ratings, I mean sales, they should learn from the master of both, namely me. Show the game and build hype now. The Switch is getting old like Joe and needs this game to surpass expectations to keep the money flowing. At least until a new system is out by 2025, just like I will be back in the White House. The only way you achieve that is promotion. Do you think I defeated Hillary without relentless campaigning? No, even when I was Mr. New York himself and the boss of The Apprentice.
Open your eyes. Wake up.
Joe Biden, wake up.
President Joe Biden, please don't confirm the Trump stereotype.
Oh, did he finish? Anyway, the current non-marketing of Zelda could be part of Nintendo's plan to prepare for the transition to a new generation with a solid launch lineup to avoid another Wii to Wii U situation. Or if you prefer, your Trump stakes at the sharper image.
Steaks are my favorite food along with hamburgers, but admit it, Sleepy Joe. You don't want Zelda at PAX because you would fall asleep again and then fall down the stairs just like you do when climbing up the Air Force One staircase. Unlike me, you are a mentally and physically weak leader whose best friend is Xi Jinping.
Donald, I am not best friends with China, but our NATO allies, and definitely do not try to be buddy with bad dudes like Corn Pop, Kim Jong-un, and Putin.
Russia again, Joe? Is there any time you will not mention Russia, even in a Zelda Tears of the Kingdoms debate?
Russia delayed Advance Wars Reboot Camp on the Switch.
Nintendo first delayed Advance Wars from 2021, so they failed, just like you in Afghanistan that year. Then they failed again by delaying Zelda from 2022, causing the longest Zelda drought ever with no Zelda release whatsoever that year. PAX was the chance to show, not tell, that physical Zelda still exists and is not limited to Nintendo Switch Online and the eShop.
Will you shut up, man, and let me finish? World events have greatly impacted Nintendo's marketing in a number of ways, and their physical presence has been limited as a result. The only exceptions we have seen from this rule since March 2020 were PAX West and Nintendo Live in 2022. Yes, Zelda was present at Tokyo Big Sight with a statue of Link in front of a banner promoting the release of the game, but not with a playable demo or any new footage. They ordered a booth at PAX, probably for Zelda, but later reminding themselves of what happened with Breath of the Wild at E3 2016, changed their mind. As you said earlier, they want to sell this game, but also do better with Tears than Breath in Japan. To do that, they have to respect that market, not adding insult to injury by having undisciplined Americans storm their booth just like your supporters our capital.
It was just a little hype, and besides, if there's one thing this game needs, then it is excitement, and they will definitely not get that from President Furukawa. He hasn't shown up once in a Nintendo Direct since becoming president of Nintendo. He is just as low energy as you, Joe, not the man of the people that I was for the U.S. and President Kamishima and Iwata were for Nintendo. Back when Reggie was in charge in Redmond, Washington. That is my African-American president of Nintendo of America, who dared to challenge the Japanese leadership and put America first, living up to his responsibility. He wrote about it in his book, Disrupting the Game, just like I did in The Art of the Deal. And look at the result. With him still in charge, we would have had Tears of the Kingdom at PAX. America first, folks, America first.
Forget about it. I'm just going home.
Well said, Reggie. Nintendo is balancing a thin line here between satisfying Japan, their home market, and the rest of the world. To not discriminate between the different regions in the final marketing of Tears of the Kingdom. If there are no physical Zelda events in Japan or Europe, then there will be no physical Zelda event prior to the May 12th release in America. You should know this, Donald, but then again, we all remember what you did in the White House to Japan's rest-in-peace Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
Greeted him like a real American leader, not a pussy. And that is how you need to deal with all world leaders, and definitely the Chinese, or else they will go behind your back, just like we have seen with the Tears of the Kingdom leaks from factories in China. Tears of the Kingdom should have been at PAX East with a demo, and that is a fact, not your fake news.
Achieving your selfish goals by being a bully? Also, we have already seen the first footage and screenshot of what is likely the great plateau of this game. What would 20 minutes change?
Everything. 4 times as much time as the footage we have seen of this game, and 100% more playtime than in the last 4 years. But most of all, the word of mouth of a spectacular hands-on experience in a sky booth with floating islands above our heads. Nintendo really dropped a massive dump on America by not bringing Zelda to Boston, the home of the American Revolution.
I love the U.S. just like you, Donald, but with people attempting to steal and data mine the Breath of the Wild demo at E3 2016, the only thing that could make me support your stand in the slightest is this: turning the Breath of the Wild ice cream glitch into an actual dish in Tears of the Kingdom and have it in the PAX demo. My affinity for ice cream aside, you would not be able to play as Zelda and see her behind in this demo, Donald.
Could you imagine if she was real, and now that there has been a time skip of possibly up to 5 years, plus she isn't my daughter, perhaps I would be dating her.
You are creeping me out.
What? She's hot even after cutting her hair. You know I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait, and when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy.
And there is your answer why playable Zelda should be kept far away from ex-President Trump. But what do you think? Should Tears of the Kingdom have been present at PAX East with a demo? Sound off in the comment section down below. And be sure to like this video to make it more visible. Subscribe to Commonwealth Realm for more debates forward. And I think the demo, if present, would just have focused on building trucks.
A lot about trucks.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing.
Bye, Bing.